Hi, this is Ed McGuinness with Creative Continuity at the New York Comic Con 2014.
Get the latest news directly from comic book artists and writers. Tune in for Creative Continuity's coverage of NYCC. We bring the convention to you.
I'm Yana Aronova with Creative Continuity at New York Comic Con with Ed McGuinness. How long have you been doing this?
Professionally, since probably about 1994, maybe 1995. I was doing Vampirella for Harris Comics way back in the day. They went through a whole editorial shakeup, so I kind of went down with the ship. I met Joe Mad at Orlando Comic Con. I showed him my work because I was actually, this is when he was just starting out on the X-Men, but I saw that we were kind of looking at the same stuff, and I came up to him and showed him some of my stuff to tell him how much I appreciated what he was doing too. And he was like, oh, I got to show your work to my editor. So that Monday, when I actually got a call from his editor at Marvel, and literally that Tuesday, I was on a bus on my way from Boston to Marvel Comics. I did not wait around. I went right on, and
Of course, you seized an opportunity right away.
Yeah, I did not fool around. I went over there, and it was Mark Powers at the time, and I went to the offices, showed them my stuff, and they gave me some sample pages. I had to do 5 pages in a week. And I turned around and I did the 5 pages full pencils. Like, I didn't even add any like X's to indicate black. I filled everything in, complete pencils. And on the 6th day, I showed up at the offices with the pages completed, and I got a job out of it. I got the Wolverine 96 annual out of it. And that's began my, not in the independence career. That was my first gig at Marvel. It was pretty cool.
Your first real job.
Yeah. Well, the Vampirella stuff was a real job, but it was more in the independent side. And,
Your first real break.
Yeah, exactly. The majors, yeah, absolutely. So that was a good time. When I initially worked on Superman at DC, like the first time, that was intimidating. That was the most intimidating thing I've ever faced in my career. But Superman and Batman, I was used to Superman as a character, and all that fear was gone. And throw Batman into the mix. It was probably one of the highlights of my career. There's been a few. Working on the Hulk was another one, but that was like the first time I think that after the project was done, I stepped back and I actually felt like I had drawn a real comic. Like it came together really well on every level. I was really happy with that first run.
What was the need to explore Red Hulk?
Marvel pitched the idea about a Red Hulk. Joe Quesada had seen something somewhere, and they just told me and Jeff to kind of run with it, and we did, and it was a lot of fun. That was pretty much it. I just wanted to basically make him completely different than the Green Hulk. Totally different character. If you looked at it, you'd know. It wasn't just the Green Hulk colored red. That would have been ridiculous. Like, if there's a silhouette, you should be able to tell the two characters apart. So, yeah. It was fun. I love designing stuff and, getting down to the core levels of who the character is and all that. And like one of the funniest things about the Red Hulk, he was General Ross. We knew that from the beginning. General Ross has a mustache. When he becomes the Red Hulk, the mustache disappears. I caught a lot of flack about that, but people didn't realize Red Hulk also has no eyebrows. They're gone too. So I actually did think it out. So yeah, it was a lot of fun. A lot of fun.
Do you have an ultimate favorite project you ever worked on?
I literally just crossed one of those hurdles, our goalposts, recently when I did my run on the Amazing X-Men. Nightcrawler is one of my favorite characters ever, and when I had come to Marvel, I think not too soon after, he died in continuity. So it was a bunch of years, and I had a hand in helping to bring him back, because I've been my favorite character since I was a kid. When growing up, Superman, Batman, Spider-Man, Hulk, those are all the ones that everybody knows. But he was the first character that I actually discovered on my own. I was like, that's my favorite character. So it meant a lot to me. And Jason Aaron wrote an amazing story. He had the same exact feel and idea on the character that I did. And it was one of my favorite things I've ever done. So it might be tough to top that.
What can you tell us about the new Guardians of Galaxy? What is it about?
It basically covers what happened to Star-Lord, Drax, and Rich Rider They kind of just appeared, and Rich Rider disappeared, and it kind of goes over all that stuff, fills in some continuity holes, Thanos included. So it's a pretty cool story. Brian Bendis wrote it, and it clears up some missing files, basically, from continuity in the past. So it was a fun run.
And where are you going from here on out?
I'm having a really good time with Marvel. I just re-signed my contract with them, so I'm up for a bunch of more issues, and I'm really excited to play in the Marvel sandbox. It's been one of the best times ever. I grew up a Marvel zombie, basically. But long-term goals, I eventually want to do something creator-owned. I've got a bunch of ideas. That'll happen eventually. That will happen when it's ready to happen. I don't want to rush into it just to make money or do whatever. I want to do it when everything's right, and it's something that I might want to ink myself, write myself. I don't know if I could color, but
at the right pace.
Yeah, it's something that I really would like to do when it's ready to happen. I don't want to rush it and force it out. So yeah, that's long-term goals. I think every creator should have that goal, to put their own thing out there at some point. Really express some of your own ideas. So yeah, that's definitely a long-term goal.
I'm Yana Aronova with Creative Continuity with Ed McGuinness. I'm here with Michael Sarrao.
Hello. Unmasked is about a young journalist, Paige Cruz, who's on a mission to unmask superheroes that have gone bad in a world ruled by supervillains. So her thing is that superheroes shouldn't kill. And we don't know who any of these superheroes are until she unmasks them. And that was the whole genesis of the first volume, what she believes superheroes should be doing and not doing. So the main character is Dagger 2, and he's the main person that she tries to unmask in Volume 1.
Can you tell me who Dagger 2 is? Maybe a little hint?
There are a lot of hints in Volume 1. So once people read it, about halfway through, they'll see who the first suspect is to be Dagger 2. But by the end, I think there's going to be some doubts. I know that when we did our first Kickstarter a couple years ago, 2 years ago, people wanted to know, is this person that we alluded to Dagger 2? So I stayed mum on that.
So Paige has no powers?
Paige has no powers. Again, she's not a superhero, but she grew up with a father who was covering the superhero adventures, the original superheroes from the 20th century. They're all gone now. And her father, Douglas, raised her about, the original heroes and their adventures. And that's the moral code to everything in this book.
Will she ever get some? I mean, being chased by superheroes and psycho supervillains, what's to stop someone from killing her?
Very good question. She gets put through the ringer in Volume 1, for sure. She does get hurt a few times. After a while, me and artist John Broglio, we discussed like how long can she do this without getting a car dropped on her or whatever. So we're working on Volume 2 now. I don't want to give anything away, but let's just say we've already thought about this, so there may be a good chance that she will know how it feels on the other side of the superhero spectrum, So she may or may not get powers. That's all I'm going to say.
Okay. Why do you feel Unmasked stands out from other superhero books?
It approaches superheroes in a completely different way. Again, we know who Superman is. We know who Batman is. In this book, I like the mystery of having these characters, and we hint at who some of them could be. And I think that it's the mystery of it that really has gotten us a nice, decent fan base. And again, it's a different approach. The main character is a powerless but strong and tenacious woman who wants to know, who are these people and why are they doing what they're doing?
How long have you been working on this?
A couple of years. We did a Kickstarter back in 2012, and Kickstarter was very successful, fully funded, and then we did another Kickstarter earlier this year with John doing some art, as well as with the main art being done by Tony Gregori and the colors by Jason Smith. So that was really successful as well. And again, we're working on Volume 2. There's going to be a Volume 3, and we're just having fun with it.
What are your future plans for Unmasked?
Volume 2, obviously Volume 3 as well, and we're going to be working on some one-shots in between, some stuff by Dodi Eka, who's a really great artist, and some other artists that I've met here, and just want to give people a shot. And again, it's about building your network.
Is there anything else that you're working on?
I am actually working on Monster Smash, which is a new book that I have here debuting at New York Comic Con. So it's about, Monster Smash is a group, it's an organization that helps people that have been bitten by werewolves, vampires. They help them try to lead a normal life, but the military finds out that there is a paranormal terrorist in their midst. And that's what the story focuses on. So again, a different take. It's sort of like 24 meets Supernatural.
Do you have any final advice for aspiring creators?
Sure, absolutely. It's about building your network. It's about coming to events like this, even if you don't have anything that's fully finished yet. It is about who you know, and it's about the kind of reputation and the kind of relationship that you build with certain people. Quite a few people here. I mean, if it wasn't for John, I wouldn't have gone to where I am now. Brian Glass has been a huge help for me as well. Joe Corallo, Matt Kelly, Mark Maz. There's so many different people that I've talked to and have been very helpful with my own career. And again, it's about building your network of people, and that's what it really comes down to.
I'm Yana Aronova, and you've been watching Creative Continuity.
Hey, this is Mike Sarrao, and you're watching Creative Continuity here at New York Comic Con 2014. Having fun. Hope you are too.
Should I do the question again? Because I kind of screwed it up. Like, do you have any long-term goals?
Nope, we're done with it.